Hello everybody, Wild Tracker here, and welcome to another episode here on the Foolcraft server. Yes, we are fooling around for some more modded Minecraft. Been having a little play since last video, and moved the sort of the ME system around a little bit, as you can see from here. So yeah, that's definitely been happening. And let's just spin around. We've still only got this coal generator up here, so power's a bit of an issue because this thing will run even though it's full, which is a little bit of a problem. I don't know if there's a mode at the moment. I've got it to redstone off to activate. Yeah, so there's nothing in there which basically says, you know, stop when full or anything like that. So all I'm doing is to turn it on. I hit that lever, and that will then obviously fill up this bit, but first of all it'll fill up these capacitor banks over here. So between them, yeah, we've got 5 million RF in that one, yeah, 5 million, and then 2 million in these combined basically. So what I've done is I've set up that this will, as you can see, it's full, but that will still use the coal. Look, do you see that go down? It's still using the coal, so we have to turn that off. Otherwise it runs out of coal very quickly, and I'm just using this as a way to put some extra coal in there. Then this capacitor bank is set to actually pull it in. So on these you actually set them to show the interface and whether they pull from the left, pull from the right, or whatever kind of thing. So it pulls energy from there and pushes it into this one, and then this one, if we can get around the back, is where I've then got this energy acceptor. So that's where the ME system then connects to the energy. So I've always got this 5 million or 7 million buffer, so hopefully it won't run out. The only problem is, because this is constant and we don't have a constant fuel source yet, this uses power. So if I turn this on here, if I make that energy bank disperse energy, this is not doing anything. That's kind of showing that it is using, but it's pulling the power out of here. So it's using something like, I don't know, it's not very much, it's only like 16 RF per tick, but it will use it. So I've just got that, so when I'm not using it, I switch the ME system off and those lights will go out. That way it's not draining power, and then when we run out of that, I'll put more coal in. So it's a case of management at the moment. That's something I need to change, so I need to get a different power system. It'd be nice to go to the Iskallium reactor. I've not made one of those yet, so yeah, maybe that's the thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But today I want to do some building, and I've been looking at these blocks. This is the skystone which you get from the meteorites, and I've got a little bit of this. But although it doesn't chisel, it does get converted into this. So when you smelt it, it gets converted into this stone, and then you can craft it between these three things by putting it in your crafting grid. So, and I think that's quite a nice colour, quite a nice brick, and it's actually very similar to this basalt, which is quite nice as well, which this is chiseled. So we just basically got a chisel here, so, and we've used that. I think we've got it from you know, doing a quest, but that's not a bad colour either, so I quite like that, and I think it's going to be fitting for where I want to actually do a build, which is over in that direction there, which, yeah, so in the woods. That's where I'd like to do a build, in the woods, so we're going to concentrate on that today, get that done. This is all, I say, working. The connectors for the ME system are underneath each corner, so the pipes all connect to each other and go into that system, and then it comes over here as well. So although this isn't connected, because again I didn't want it using the energy when it's not in use, so yeah, that's just literally the ME system at the moment. We will change this when we move. I'm not going to do it just yet, because I think there was a comment on my in the comments for the last video saying, you know, perhaps just do a 3x3 diamond chest and bunk everything in it. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Now we've got this ME system, we don't need separate chests, we just need them as bung everything in it, and then if we need to pull anything out of them, we'd then use this crafting terminal. So it kind of works really nice. What we need to do is actually work towards 64k drives in here, because we've got no limit on the network. That's probably the way to go long term, but for now, yeah, I think we will end up with having a a diamond chest. So we'll work towards that as well, but I don't want to do it until I've moved, because there's no point. You know, I don't want to have to bung loads of stuff in and take it out again. So we'll leave these three here for now. but it will get upgraded. That's for sure. The other thing I've got a few things in my inventory you might see. First of all, we're going to eat this in a minute. Ultimate Stew. Now, I got this from a loot bag. 400 times saturation. That is just insane. It gives you full health, but it's 400 times saturation. So does it mean if I eat that, I'm not going to have to eat for ages? I have no clue. So we're going to eat it. I don't think it's going to have any weird effect on us. Let's just eat it. Oh, I'm getting some effect. What effect have I got that's different to before? Regen? 6 seconds of regen, or 10 seconds of regen. That's quite nice. And then that will go, I presume. Yeah, the rest I've got from my ring, so gives you a little boost of regen, but we'll see how quickly that goes down. We got 10 of these hot wings left. I've got no other food in my inventory. I've probably got some in there, so we'll be all right. But we'll keep an eye on that and see what it does. But I wanted to open these pet bags for you guys as well. I've been doing a little bit of AFK down here, and yeah, we've got a couple of pet bags. I've been opening them as they come anyway, but I just wanted to open these two with you and just see what we get. I've not looked inside yet, so we are hoping that we're going to get a cloud pet. That's the ultimate dream here, guys. Cloud pet. So let's see what do we get. First one, we get a crafting table pet. Okay. Next one, we get Nether portal pet. Interesting. Teleport to Nether and back. Okay. Never used one of those before. Yeah, I guess we'll keep it honest. You never know. We might suddenly want to go to the Nether from somewhere. But what does it eat? Favorite food: obsidian nuggets. This is the thing. We need to get some kind of bag for it to keep it. We'll bung that in there as well, just in case we ever need a crafting table. But hey, never mind. The other thing I did get out of a loot bag as well: silk touch pendant. So we can now silk touch these guys. And we do also have in fact, we've got 2 of them. So we don't need one of those. We'll give the other one to Smithy so he can get one. But we've also got a tier 3 chance pendant. So any chance cubes now, I'm going to either silk touch them and we'll open them together, or I'm just going to open them and yeah, hope we get something decent. So yeah, that's the thing. And I'm always keeping some coal on me as well. Not for anything else other than, and I'm going to put this pendant up here. Yeah, nothing else other than the fact that if we run out of coal in there, I just want to make sure I've always got some spare on me. So I wanted to get that silk touch out of there. There it is. And we'll give that in there to Smithy should he want to use it. And we must open, probably getting loot bag opener or something like that, because yeah, 361 of these legendary loot bags. I don't know if we need everything in them, but you know, I think it's probably going to be worth looking into sort of loot bags, seeing what they've got on, which ones we actually want to put through, because the basic ones kind of they don't really have a lot. Let's have a look at uses on that one. You know, it's like, is there anything there we really need to get from a loot bag? Probably not. The same with this one, uncommon. I don't think there's anything in there that is super hard. Ender pearls maybe, I don't know. But we're kind of growing those. Yeah, so again, nothing really in there. So rare, it starts sort of getting a little bit more interesting. So, and if you wander around, just pressing U for uses to bring this up. So we do get some, like we've had the sort of the chickens come out of it, and that, again, that's something we need to look at doing, chickens. There's a few odd things in here that might be useful, but not specifically. And then epic, we haven't opened many of these, so let's see, what do we get in epics? Epics, there's quite a bit in there, but this is where we're starting to get the alloys, different alloys that might be useful. And we're also getting the mob chunks in here. So again, like a tier 4 mob chunk, that's useful if we're going to grow seeds and things like that. So they're pretty good. And then obviously we've got the legendary, we've got all those 4. Is it? Oh, there it is. It is bringing it up. So yeah, legendary. Again, it has some of the rarer alloys. I don't think we can get things like nether stars from it or anything like that. So it's not super OP. So it might be we combine between the two to, you know, there's not anything super in here. We're not getting, you know, wither skeleton heads or those kind of stuff, which would be quite nice. But yeah. So, you know, there's more the rare metals than anything else, I think, from these, and getting upgrades and that kind of stuff. But so we need to work on that as well. So let's head over to this part over here, and we'll work out where we're going to set things up. So here we are, just inside the woods, and you can just about see the village over there. I've just been looking at this. This is a sort of a natural hill within these woods. It is a little bit on the edge, which kind of is the only downside to it. But it does give us the opportunity. I've just made these sort of entrance. There's one here, and I'll put one on the other side. There is the opportunity to sort of burrow into the hillside, as well as actually perhaps using the hillside as a fort. But I don't know whether there's any other sort of natural thing like that in here. I mean, there's a tiny hill there. We've got the river then over here, and I guess, yeah, that's kind of, so it's whether there's actually anything over on this side here, perhaps the other side of the river, that might be that kind of style. Because what I'd like to do is a kind of combination between a bunker and a fort. So that's my thought, which I think would be quite fitting for those sort of the blocks we're looking at. So again, there's a little bit of a hill here, but not much of a natural one. This is all fairly flat, I think, which it's okay, but it doesn't appeal to me. So yeah, I think definitely that area there, even though it's on the edge, it kind of, I think, sits with it. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to remove all the trees yet or not, or whether we're going to keep the trees and, you know, sort of has that as natural camouflage, but I'm guessing we'll probably remove them. It just makes us vulnerable from the air. If you're going to build a fort, that's the thing we've got to think about. So but at the same time, we don't want to give people somewhere to sit on and do things. So yeah, I think possibly we will get rid of the trees. And my food's gone down, so that stew wasn't that great. If that really gives you that much saturation, it, yeah, hasn't worked very long, because I have not, you know, I've literally from the last clip to this one walked from the village to here, or jumped from the village to here, and yeah, I know jumping around uses stuff, but not 400 saturation. So yeah, I think this is going to be the hill we're going to use. So I think what I might do is clear some of these trees that will be in the middle and try and make a perimeter for it. Trees have been sorted out, well, kind of sort of. I've got a few floating ones. I've made this lumber axe to actually help me with the job, this one here, or hatchet as it is, but yeah, it's kind of did I make a hatchet rather than a lumber axe? Okay, whatever. Yeah, it still chopped the trees down really fast, and it's unbreakable. So I guess the lumber axe does it all in one go, whereas we have to use VeinMiner. But yeah, it kind of does the same thing, except this will actually, I guess it's got attack damage, 9.5 attack damage, speed. Yeah, it's not as quick. So I've made the wrong thing. I really wanted a lumber axe, but it's faster. It has more attack damage if you use it. But yeah, we've got these floaty things. I'm having to use my slime sling to sling me around to the top of these and knock them down again. But I'm not overly concerned by that at the moment. I think what we need to do, and I should have probably made myself one of those lovely tools that does both of these. What I'm going to do is to take down this a little bit. This is kind of too high for where I want it. I'll probably bring it to this level. I think that's probably a good level to bring it down. Then I can use some of this soil as well to fill in the gaps if needs be. And then I'm going to use, and hopefully we've got these blocks with us again. If I put them in here, let's have a look. Inventory management again. Inventory management. So we've got basalt. Yeah, so we've got these skystone and all that kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do them yet, how the wall's going to look and that sort of thing, but I know I kind of want to have it that there's a little bit of a natural up here, so maybe up here we then start sort of building up a natural barrier going around, and it's going to be, I don't know, as high as this, if not sort of one higher. So from the top here it'll be quite easy to access and look over, but from down here it'll be this sort of formidable fortress. So yeah, I'm going to kind of put these around to earmark where I want to build and where the sort of wall's going to go. And I guess if we try and stay on this height all the time, yeah, I guess we're coming around here a little bit. That's absolutely fine. And we can always fill in gaps that we've got across here anyway. So let's go across to here. And yeah, I'm just going to work my way around the whole of this sort of area, so I can sort of say. So again, we've got this here as well, so we might treat this as an entrance into it. That could possibly work, I guess. And yeah, so I'm going to mark this out. Don't know whether I'm going to get rid of the rest of the trees in this time, but what I need to do as well is actually level this, hatch it up, even though that's not what I wanted to make. As you'll see now, I've actually you know, sort of done it, and it's already leveling up in terms of that. So even though when we look at it, it's got let's have a look. It's, yeah, so it's got 2 modifiers available on it, and it had none when I started. So each time it's leveled up, it's got a modifier. So that means now I can put another reinforcement on it, and it will then be unbreakable. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll work. So that's the important thing. So again, I'm going to have to do a little bit more landscaping, and then I guess we're going to see how much this stuff we need or have got, and see where we kind of fill in the bits in between and that. But yeah, it's going to be a fair sized fort, that's for sure. Anyway, so I'm quite happy with the area we've got, and it does come out of the woods a little bit, which is absolutely fine. And I guess I've got no more of that. Let's use some of this sky block here instead, as it's just marking it out, and that's the right level. Yeah, so we'll build this area around, and then we know we've got a natural fort at this height the whole way. Get rid of these bits as we do them, and I think it's going to be a fair size, as you can see on the map there, for us to build with. So we'll be able to have a nice bit overground, a nice bit underground. Is that the right area? It is. So this is the level again, and we'll just try and sort of stick with the natural sort of levels, if you like, of the area here, the natural shape of it. I don't necessarily want to be doing too much terraforming. It's just like anything, you know, you've come along and essentially found a hill to build on, and that's what we're doing. Now the question is, if I've done this right, is it going to meet up over on this side where it should and where I started building? Let's find out, shall we? So we want another one here, another one here, and it is. So that's good. So we kind of got this thing all the way around, and I don't think we're really going to see that on the map if we zoom in. It doesn't quite show up on there, but you can kind of see the level it's on. So it's going to be, yeah, you can see some of the stones around here, so it's kind of coming, yeah, you can roughly see the shape of it. So that's good. Alright, well let me carry on doing this landscaping, getting rid of some of this on the top here, and I'm probably going to just sort of clear out all this grass area as well, just so we can see what it is. I'll get some more skystone and build up a little bit of a wall. Oh man, I love these diamond ones. Look at this. I'm having so much fun. There's our wall going all the way around. It's level with this bit of ground, but we want it at least one higher, so let's do that. Let's put a magic wand on the top. Boom. Look at that all the way around. That is just so awesome. It's just making building so much easier. Yeah, so probably it needs to go slightly higher again. Let's go to a bit of wall that we can reach. Have we got enough in here? We got a little bit. I don't know if it's going to do a whole thing. The gap is this bit here, but I guess actually let's just fill that across. This might be a gateway, it might not be, I'm not sure. Now we've got the whole thing going all the way around. Boom. Look at that. Too high the whole way round. It's doing the entire area in one single go, and that's just awesome. Oh, so good. I've got this little setup here, which is I changed. You may remember we had the blue furnace. One up was the Supremium furnace, and we got some of this Supremium essence from the loot bags. So all I needed to do was put 7 Supremium essence and a Supremium essence block around the blue furnace, which I got again from a loot bag. In fact, I think I might have got it from an artifact bag. And yeah, it created this absolutely awesome furnace. And I can't really, I don't think we can do those, can we? Have we got anything that we can smelt? I suppose we can make some charcoal if we wanted to. Let's see if there's anything in this bag that we can smelt. We don't really need to. Is there anything in my backpack we can smelt? Maybe some stone in here. Let's have a look. No, we've got absolutely nothing. Let's make some charcoal for the sake of making charcoal, because we could probably do with it anyway. So yeah, just look how quick that thing is. that is absolutely awesome, and it hardly uses any of this at all. So it's not very good when I'm doing a one-off, because that's then going to carry on burning and it's going to be wasted. However, this Inferium coal, which is only inferior essence around coal, it just lasts for ages. So, you know, as a super smeltery, and all I've done is, you know, I put my ingredients in there, it comes into the top of the furnace, gets pulled out the bottom of the furnace, and there it is. It's as simple as that. Nice little smeltery helping me up. So now I need to really just get this leveled. So I don't think I've got much of this dirt on me. I've got a load back in the chest because I did empty it out. So I think maybe what I'll do is, yeah, just flatten this area out, give us a little bit of an area to work with, and get rid of maybe some of the more of the trees, and then we'll be ready to go for our next lot of building, really, I guess. Let's see if we can get out of here and get back over here in one leap. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, caught it wrong. Never mind. I think you can appreciate the area much better from up here. As you can see, it's all filled in now and the walls are all built up. So it's not like a perfect sort of shape to it. It's just naturally sort of shaping itself around the woods. And I've planted a few more trees over the back area there because, yeah, I think that's going to look better if we're completely surrounded by trees. So I might plant a few more, but let's just head over, if we can, all this way to the base. Let's go again. Get a bit of distance. Here we go. So. My jumping skills are not too good at the moment, but yeah, I've been doing a few things in between, so I wanted to really show you guys where we're up to, and I wanted to show you inside the quest book because I've been doing a few quests, and I kind of thought, well, I'll show you where I've been doing in a quest, but look at this. If we go into quests, we have no quest book, which is a little bit frustrating, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I'm hoping it's something we can kind of relog through the server, because quest books are very OP. They literally are. And look, we might have been playing around with some chickens. Oh, there he is. We've got this guy. Let me get let's get a net and capture this guy. Where do you go? He's in there. Don't know if I can get to it. Okay. No, got him. Okay, let's put him in there. Can we put him in there? We did get him. Oh, of course, it's the wrong net. It's moved up there. Let's put him down here a minute, and he's probably a 111 because he's a new one that we've hatched. He's basically a lava chicken. Yeah, so you can see on there we're using this egg, and he's a 111, and he's going to want to get back inside there now. So what we're going to do is capture him and just stick him in there because I want one of his eggs. That's a quest, is to get one of his eggs. Because one of the things I thought I ought to do is actually look at the chicken quests, and they weren't too difficult actually. The quests were fairly easy. And all they really do is they make you build these nesting pens and the little nests over there for hatching them in, and you know, that sort of thing. And then when you get these two side by side, so for example this is a coal chicken and an iron chicken, is it? Oh no, never quartz chicken. That gives you the lava chicken. So it gave us or is it lava chicken? Yeah, but anyway, yeah, lava chicken. So it gave us that. So yeah, and then obviously in here, so you can see there, you get Never's Quartz chicken, because it's one of the things that go in there. It's quite funny though, really, because like, that's Never Quartz, but the egg landed up in there. So it's a bit strange. Like, yeah, look, there's a coal chicken one from the coal chicken, ended up in there. So it's a bit strange. You also make this thing here, which is a shredder. So the shredder allows you to put feathers in when it's got power. And then from that you get these feather fibers, which we needed for something. And some of the quest results give us things like, up here we've got these photovoltaic cells. In other words, it's solar panels, and I've basically updated the system here, so I should be able to leave this on all the time, although it's a bit weird because every now and then these two lose their connection even though it's connected there. It's really weird, but if I go and right click on this and go back to where the connections are, so it's on output at the moment, change it to output again, and now that's going up. It's really weird. It's like it just loses its connection. That's going to settle down. So now what you can see is that's at the top, so that's just under 3 million RF. This one here is climbing, and you can see in green it says plus 19 RF. So in other words, we're gaining 19 RF per tick. Yet the system is actually on, so that means we're gaining. What happens though is during the night these photocells don't work, and therefore it starts consuming power. So if you AFK here and go through the night, then I think it kind of evens out at the end of the day, because I've got about 6 of these up there. So yeah, and it depends on the time of day as well. You can see there it's generating 48 RF out of 60. So, and I think because we got the shade of the building there, it's not 100% efficient, but it's doing the job. We're gaining, and it means I can leave this on all the time, and it's not really an issue. So we just really got this generator here as a backup, and it's not doing anything. Now, one of the chicken quests we got was to build this thing, a lucky egg machine, which is absolutely awesome. Let me just take one of these out. So that's where we needed the fibers for, to create this plastic. So we create that from the feather fibers. Don't know if there's any in here now. No, but we can put that in there, and as you can see, it creates this plastic here. So in there, if you put 25, 16 eggs, a certain number of eggs and a certain number of plastic, then you get these things here, which are lucky eggs. And let's see, can we hatch these? So if I put them in there, that kind of disappeared. Does it sometimes bring you something? No, it kind of disappeared. But before it gave me ones. I don't know. It is a bit weird. But just getting, you can see here, we've only got a small selection of the chickens, but it allowed me to get through all the quests. Now, that gave me, apart from this one here, but it didn't matter because it was a loop, and I managed to get to the bottom quest. The bottom quest gave me something special. Can you see it? Can you see it? No, it's not the big missile on my head. Hang on a minute. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes, I've got wings. Whoa, that means I can fly. Oh, this is amazing. So quickly to be able to fly. So yeah, you can actually get these angel rings through questing just by doing the chicken quest, which you can do on day 1. In theory, you can do on day 1. We actually got some of these chickens from loot bags, so I had some chicken eggs, but pretty much you could go off, just do chickens and fly. It's just, as I said, the quest book is absolutely OP. It is so overpowered, it's amazing. So yeah, if you look in here in the balls, we've got the angel rings. It uses 32 GP, so we do need grid power to actually make it work. And you may have seen that as we came around the corner. I've got some water mills here, so let's just quickly sleep while we look at that. So yeah, basically you need grid power for this to be operating all the time. So we've got 4 water mills here, so we've got 64 grid power, which is plenty. Now I'm not sure when Smithy gets on how he's going to manage. Will he be able to share these? I'm not sure whether he can, or whether he's going to have his own set of grid power. But these are really easy to make, and when you make a water mill, all you need is running water 1 block away from the source block. So that's the source block, that's 1 away, and therefore it's giving you the maximum grid power. So those 2 sides are getting it from there. Then these 2 sides are getting it from this source block, which is also feeding these. You can't put it there because you'll get an infinite water source. But so this is the easiest, most efficient way of maximizing these water mills. You can see 64 grid power. Now the only thing I will say is I went exploring in the Nether, and every now and then it dropped out, which was a bit weird. So I'm not quite sure why that is, but I'm just being very cautious in the Nether not to drop over lava. So yeah, I've just got this here, which is a vacuum chest, and that's just collecting up the different eggs and drops, because obviously we're getting some of the drops from these, but they're only like 111s. We haven't really bred them up or anything like that, so that's something we could possibly do, but again, not at the moment. And the other thing we actually got from the questing, if you look in here, 16k drives. It's amazing, and we get one of these things too. In fact, this is the second one that I've had, which is a loot chest. So we'll have a quick look in there and see what's actually inside it. But yeah, so we got these 16k drives as part of it as well, which is absolutely awesome. And we actually got some extra sort of applied energistic stuff. So if we actually look in here and do @applied So you can see in here we've got an extra ME drive, we've got an extra energy acceptor, so it kind of gives you those by default. So you can imagine with the 16K drives in there, there's illuminator paddles, our ME glass we had before, but I think the quest that I'm doing at the moment, which will be this egg, that will give us some more ME drive stuff, which is again absolutely awesome. So let's just have a look at this, shall we? Open it up, and as you can see, it's all been thrown on the floor, but this is basically what we've got inside here. Some string, and really it's a dungeon loot chest, so some of them are good, some of them are not so good. Safari net, mana steel, yeah, that one is kind of blur, but you know what, I'll take it. I'm not going to be worrying about it too much. And we just put all this in here, which is awesome. Stick it all in. Not too worried about the dry space now. It's music disc, okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of those. So yeah, and then we'll pick the rest of these up. So the next quest bit I'm working on, which I don't really want to fulfill yet because I want to wait the quest book, is this thing here. So I've turned the Iskallium essence that we've had into Iskallium reactor parts. So we've got 9 glass. We've got 20. Well, I think you need 22 steel blocks, and again, these are not hard to actually make. So the steel blocks is just literally steel surrounded by Iskallium essence, but you can use not those, but let's just see if there's any. Let's have a look again. There is another steel that we can get. Railcraft, Modern Warfare, Iskallium reactors. That one. Thermocraft. So basically you can use block of coal with iron, and then you get 4 of these thermal foundation steel ingots, and that allows you then to make this stuff really easy. So yeah, really simple to make. Iskallium controller, and I believe this is all we need to make a reactor, and that's free power. It then doesn't need anything else. It's not like the big reactors where we got to put sort of yellorium in it and things like that. This is as is, which is awesome. So oh yeah, I've still got that one there as well, haven't I? So this was I think I got one of these in one of the quests as well. So we probably don't really need it there next to that. Let's see if we can just make some of those. We got some more eggs. Where's the eggs? Eggs. Because I put a load of eggs in here. No, I didn't. There's only 4 there, so that's not going to be enough to make another lucky egg. However they work, no, 5. So yeah, so we've got another one of these capacitor banks, which is absolutely awesome. I can just keep that on me, and it's just a power source that I've got really to, you know, if I want to suddenly power this machine, I can stick it next to it, and so on and so forth. So that is pretty awesome that we can fly and we can do things. Let's see if we've got anything in there. We still haven't got the pet bag that we wanted to, but who cares? Who cares? I don't care. I'm happy that we can fly around. We can do all these things. And there was something else I wanted to look at over here actually. Let's just see if we can see it. That's no, don't want that. Yeah, this thing here, you can't see it very well at the moment, but look. That's some kind of dungeon, isn't it? Let's get some air breathing stuff going. So yeah, not quite sure what that is. There's a chest in the middle. I don't know if there's going to be anything nasty in there that's going to get me, but maybe next time we'll go and have a look down there, especially now we can fly, because we can just get in there and hover around and that sort of stuff really. So but I think we have possibly got to the end of the episode, run out of time really. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. We've got our new base behind us over there started, and yeah, we can fly. So we've got a few quests out the way. Hopefully in between episodes we will get this quest book thing sorted out, and we can do more questing on there. And I guess we could go and get all these sky chests that are sort of around. See if there is any cloud pets, because even if Smithy doesn't get these wings yet, he could have a cloud pet, couldn't he? We want to help him out and do that. So yeah, maybe next time. So yeah, click on like if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to support me, there's links there for Patreon. That would be awesome, but no worries if not. I just like your support of you know, liking the videos and interacting, leaving comments, join us on Discord and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you here again soon for some more Foolcraft. Bye bye. Bye.